that, John. Obviously, we're in a dramatic situation here. We need to win one match. Alec Ferguson obviously feels he wasn't getting enough from midfield, and he's taken quite a dramatic step in leaving out the captain. But don't forget, John, that we did exactly the same thing in Spain when we dropped Danny McGrain. It's nothing new for us.
Well, Scotland have in fact made 4 changes from the side beaten by West Germany. Basically, it's the same side defensively, except Arthur Albiston has come in place of Maurice Malpas. But in midfield, both Graham Souness and Eamon Bannon are left out. Paul McStay is preferred to Souness, and Paul Sturrock returns to the side, along with Everton's Graham Sharp, who starts a World Cup match here for the first time. And there's no place even on the substitutes bench for the Scottish captain Graham Souness. And incidentally, Uruguay have also made 4 changes, and it looks as though they're adopting a very attacking policy as well. The Uruguayan changes, of course, they've been forced to leave out their big captain Bossio, who was sent off in the game against Denmark. Also out of the side are midfielder Saralegui and strikers Alzamendi and Jorge da Silva. Something of a surprise, that one. So Venancio Ramos there and Jorge Barrios both come into the side. So does Wilmar Cabrera. And this is a most attacking side that has been chosen by the Uruguayan manager Omar Borras. The scene really is set for a fiery cracker here, isn't it, Billy?
Not that much, because I think the passion is there for the Scots to win today, and you know, I would certainly back them.
Well, you've promised to sing Flower of Scotland at the end of the match if that happens. I hope you're singing.
I think I'll have plenty of company, John, if the game goes right.
Away we go. The vital match then in the group. Scotland know exactly what they have. Just with Diogo getting a foot in. Here's Strachan. And bundled over the first free kick of the game. I thought for one moment the referee was going to reach for a yellow card in the first minute. In fact, I have a funny feeling he is. Strachan is prostrate and he's sent off. What an astonishing start to the game. Within the first 60 seconds of the match, Uruguay are down to 10 men. Well, they had Bossio, their captain, sent off against Denmark. And the French referee here is obviously not going to stand any nonsense whatsoever. Quite extraordinary scenes here, whistles all around the ground. Little Batista is being comforted by some of his colleagues here. Stretcher is being called for Gordon Strachan. We always feared, Billy, that this was going to be a tempestuous occasion, but to see Batista sent off in the first 60 seconds has gone beyond any expectations anybody could have.
Well, we knew this referee was picked, John, for the way he handles matches, and certainly he's not chose to sidestep anything. He thought that the challenge was such a bad one, he had no option to send him off, and off he goes.
Scotland crossing the halfway line, no goals here in Neza. But just a reminder for anybody who might just have come in, amazingly, Uruguay already down to 10 men with their left back Batista sent off. This is Francescoli. Oh, lovely skill from Francescoli. They certainly have to watch him, he's still going. And a very timely intervention once again by Willie Miller. It's his forte, all right. Francescoli once more, very involved. And Leighton trying to scramble down for that one. It didn't look to have much power, but a warning there of Francescoli's pace, his power and his dribbling skill. They're claiming the throw in Uruguay. So I don't think the referee's going to let them have it. So Arthur Albiston and Nicol trying to work an opening. The crossover to the far side. Goff got up. Oh, and a slight miskick inside the area there by Graham Sharp. Otherwise, Scotland would have been on the score sheet.
That was a definite half chance, John. It really was.
Round about the penalty spot. It was away easily, though. Now Arthur Albiston brought in for his attacking skills. Not a good ball this time, though, to his Manchester United colleague. And Uruguay counter-attack through Ramos, but he's got no support at the moment. Holds it up well, though, and gets the cross in, and Francescoli was coming in. And although there were only 2 Uruguayans up there in attack, they managed to create an opening. But again, we saw that there can be danger to Scotland from these quick breaks, and Ramos did well for his country then. It's the same Senor Ramos who'll take the corner. Now Uruguay do throw 4 men forward, and a clear header as well coming in from Wilmer Cabrera. He perhaps should have been able to keep it down a little better.
I'll tell you what, John, I think we could do without the excitement at the Scottish end. I'd much prefer to see the other end.
And everybody bar Jim Leighton is in Uruguay's half. Let's see what Strachan can do here. Good ball inside the area as well. Aitken drives it across. Oh, it's a marvellous save from Nicol. The Liverpool man. I'm sure it will encourage all Scots when they remember that the last time these two countries met, Scotland won by 2-0 up at Hampden. That was about 3 years ago. Oh, very bad pass this time by McStay. He's given the ball away here. Oh, and a thrilling shot. Really struck well, that one, by... I don't see him able to do that, and Graham Sharp must have that sort of service today. Francescoli takes it down superbly, confronts Neri. He's got 2 Scottish shirts ahead of him. Now finds Santin, and there are 2 men over on the left as Francescoli holds off Willie Miller. Can't also hold off Aitken. Santin over on that far side, good interception by Goff. Pereira. They're good at shielding the ball with their bodies, all right. And there's a deflection there, so Uruguay have a corner.
The way the game's going just now, John, really I'm quite glad that they're down to 10 men, because they have played quite impressively.
Now Neri. How Scotland could do with a goal from him, like the one he produced against Brazil 4 years ago in Spain. Strachan, lovely ball, and he's found Sturrock in a little bit of space this time, and Scotland have plenty of men open. Here's a chance for Aitken, perhaps. His control certainly let him down then, but Scotland are here again with Nicol. There's only 1 man inside the penalty area, though. That's Richard Goff, who arrives and can't keep the header down.
Just a little careless mistake from Roy Aitken there. Oh, that was a real good chance that he had. A bit of control would have seen him all right.
It would have been nice to see Richard Goff get his 4th goal for his country. I know there's still talk about one he once scored against England up at Hampden. Indeed, they played quite well at times in the game against Denmark. It's just that they got caught out by 2 absolutely devastating strikers, Laudrup and Elkjaer.
We could do with those 2 players in the Scottish team just now, John.
I think Manchester City could as well, Billy. There's the throw inside the area. Oh, nicely done by Ramos, and a chance for Diogo. It's the clearest opportunity Uruguay have created. Ramos. Cabrera and Pereira. Very rhythmical. Now Francescoli. Oh, he's done well and turned inside McStay. Francescoli, so dangerous. Hit it to the near post. Leighton's reactions were good. But it will be a corner. Francescoli might well have caught some goalkeepers unawares, but not Jim Leighton. The big scoreboard here tells us we've already played nearly 47.5 minutes. Corner taken. Oh, and a good fierce header by Cabrera, about a foot too high, and that is the end of the half. It's been certainly an absorbing half, even though there have been no goals. Uruguay, remember, had a player sent off in the first minute, Batista. Scotland haven't as yet capitalised. So half-time here in Meza, it's Scotland 0, Uruguay 0. Stay with us for the second half. Meanwhile, we'll take a break. And You do think that Scotland somehow must contrive something for one of these free kicks. They've played it quickly. Here's Sturrock. He's offside though. It won't count. It won't count. The Scottish flags are raised, but I think even the most ambitious Scottish supporter knew there that that was never going to count.
The linesman had his flag up right away, John. I'm not convinced that Paul Sturrock was offside when he began his run, though.
No, neither was I, to be honest, Billy, but the conviction in our voices was from the fact that the linesman did that place in the next round. Remember, an appetising match awaits the winners here today. It's Argentina in Puebla next Monday. Uruguay only need to draw, though. Scotland have to win. Strachan and Sharp knocks it on. Aitken will drive it in, but wide.
You just wonder how the heat will affect both sides, John. I mean, the Uruguayans possibly can cope with it that little bit better than we Scots. This is the first time that we've seen heat like this at Netzer, John. I just wonder how the Scots will cope with it.
Roy Aitken unable there to add, which he'll do quickly, and if he's accurate here, there could have been danger for Uruguay. He's got it back, so a second chance. Oh, and that's a good-looking cross, right across the face of the goal. I think Diogo might just have got a deflected touch. Driven in, and problems here maybe, as Graham Sharp goes up and tries to tee up Gough. Alves scrambles open to make the save. Another opportunity squandered.
Well, again, it was a good opportunity, but not a good final shot at all. The ball gets played back, John, and Richard Gough was a good position.
Surrounded by cameramen, doctors, probably even the local dentist is there. Strachan now. Miller's come up to join in the attack, and Scotland must produce something here. McStay, oh, lovely cross from McStay, and it was Aitken, it was Sturrock in fact who got in the final shot. The ball bounced invitingly into...
Become a god.
That's fighting Scottish talk. If they could just get that one elusive goal. But for the moment, it's Uruguay, and they have a free kick with Ramos, and a clear header. Leighton has saved his country. That's the most, well, the easiest chance of the game so far, and Cabrera must be kicking himself because he could well have written himself into Uruguayan history here.
Magnificent.
Oh, Vega, an out-and-out defender, would you believe? Miller hoists the free kick towards Charlie Nicholas. Good defending by Pereira. Aitken back for Strachan. Comes inside this time, trying to find a way through. Lovely ball for Nicholas, who was onside. Rifles it back to McStay. He can't keep the shot down. Another chance goes begging.
It would have taken a good shot, John, but you always like to see a shot hit the target from a little bit of space inside the penalty area. You'd be disappointed it didn't come back to him.
Cooper takes the corner. And Sharp's in there. It's away by Acevedo. A little flick from Sharp almost caught Alves out. Billy McNeil's heart stopped beating for a moment, I'm sure.
John, I don't think I've got a heart left, you know that, and my nerves have gone as well.
I'm still hoping to hear you sing at the end of this one. But only 14 minutes left.
John, we thought we might lose out in this group and gain a lot of respect. I think we're losing a lot of that respect in this match.
I'm sure the Scottish press will be critical, especially if Uruguay win the match. With 10 men, and there are now 3.5 minutes left. Scotland 0, Uruguay 0 here in Nessa. And And it'll be looked upon as nasty, Neza, for Scotland, I'm afraid, if they don't get this one vital goal. The cross in by Aitken, Goff's at the far side, chance for Richard Goff maybe. Sharp tries to tee it up, it might still come. Albiston drives it across the face of the goal, and you can sense the Scottish mood by the expression on Albiston's face. His head dropped, he knew that a good chance had been wasted.
Well, again, it was a good chance, John. It just needed a little bit of composed finishing here.
And now the Uruguayan flags are beginning to wave. There must surely be a little bit of time added on as Neri hits a screamer. Oh, so close to glory, David Neri.
Well, I thought that was it, John. A tremendous strike. Wasn't far away. Probably our best effort at goals, really, in the whole match.
And it's taken 89 minutes to come. He urges everybody forward. He kicks the ball forward, but the whistle has gone. Scotland are out of the World Cup. You can see the Uruguayan reaction. They fought with 10 men for 89 minutes, and they have qualified for the next phase with just 2 points. They'll play Argentina while Scotland go home. Billy McNeil.
Well, John, we came here, all we had to do was win one match against 10 men. We couldn't do it, so we've no right to think that we were unlucky, and indeed we probably got what we deserved.